You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Hey, how you guys doing? How about them Cowboys? I'm your host, Manny. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody having a great New Year's. You know, whatever your New Year's resolution, go ahead and stick to it. Me, my New Year's resolution, what I'm planning to do for this year, is actually being focused. Being focused. I want to focus more on everything that I have going on, my dreams, my path, uh, my career life, my goals, my passion, and also I want to be consistent at it too. Everything that I love to do, that I want to do in life, those two, and also lose this weight. You know, um, yeah, I want to lose 50 pounds. That's my goal. My birthday is in May, so I want to lose 50 pounds before May. Um, I'm getting there because I'm going to the gym today. So the gym is really gonna be my first day of the year. So, but I'm also, like I said, I gotta be focused and also consistent. And so, as you guys know, or you guys read the title of today's topic, um, Cowboys hired Jason Garrett 2.0, and I truly believe we did because me personally, I don't like to pick. I don't like to pick up the head coach that we got, and then we picked up the defensive coordinator Mike Nolan. So, question: are we going back to a 3-4? Because that's all he ran is a 3-4 defense. So now are we gonna be drafting a linebacker? Like, are we gonna re-sign Sean Lee? Like, this whole thing doesn't make sense. So are we gonna put if we run a 3-4 defense? Are we gonna put DeMarcus Lawrence on as a linebacker, and if Randy Gregory get reinstated, he's gonna be on the other side. So we got DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory and Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch, and who we got on the line? We don't have no big guys, so are we gonna be drafting fat boys? It's like, does it make sense? The reason why I says that I don't like the coach and how I feel like the Cowboys have hired Jason Garrett 2.0, it's pretty much everything that us Cowboys fans and everybody says about Jason Garrett is the same thing about Mike. Only difference, Mike doesn't clap. That's it. Like, Mike doesn't motivate anybody. Like, I I just feel like the reason why Jerry picked him, because out of the head coaches candidate, he's the only one who got a Super Bowl. It's like, us Cowboys fans, we talked about Jason Garrett. Um, every time the Cowboys have a success season, like Dak and Tony Romo, Jason Garrett was there for the ride. It was not because of Jason Garrett. So my thing is, how we know they ain't the same thing for Mike? Like, when they the year that they won the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers was on fire in the playoffs. Like, the dude just, like, I don't know, maybe he got some voodoo or whatever. He was just, like, literally lighting everything up. And then another thing that Packers fans didn't like about Mike was he just called whatever plays because he figured that, hey, we got Aaron Rodgers. No offense, Mike, we don't have Aaron Rodgers. Dak is not Aaron Rodgers. So now you coaching that, or if Dak is still a quarterback, I don't know. That's a topic for a different conversation. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's just like, literally everything that Cowboys fan says about Jason Garrett, Packers said the same thing about Mike. You know, um, Mike, and another thing also, I feel like Mike doesn't. This is another way for Jerry had to hire a yes man because um, if you guys look at the structure of the Packers, it was owner, GM, Aaron Rodgers, head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like Aaron Rodgers was above the head coach. It's like Cowboy. Now you come in the Cowboys. It's the same. It's the same thing. The head coach doesn't has ownership of the team. So you know what I'm saying, of the players. So I don't know. Like Jerry Jones kept Kellen Moore. So Mike didn't get a chance to pick who he want, and now I want to know who picked the defensive coordinator. Was it Mike McCarthy or was it Jerry Jones? Like you see how stressful, how crazy. Like it's literally 6 minutes into this conversation, and how I'm giving you. I mean, it's way more examples of why I don't like this the pick because I I don't I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It's just like I'm not saying the guy is bad coach or anything, but it's just like how much of his success was due because of Aaron Rodgers. That's you know what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because if you look at when Aaron Rodgers was hurt, Mike McCarthy didn't have no winning season. Wasn't doing good. You know what I'm saying? Or how much success? Don't mind you, he had Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. So you have two Hall of Fame quarterbacks that is like boom boom. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not saying Tony Romo and Dak are Hall of Fame players. I mean Tony Romo and Dak it would never be Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. But it's just like you look at it like how much of their success was due to those two players. So and then so you watch how those two players was injured, and you watch how they put another backup, and like then you study and analyze, like, man, this team's really not that good. Like, is he really that good of a coach? Um, the one thing that I do like about him is he know how to, like, if something ain't going right, he knows how to change. So also another thing, who's gonna be calling plays? Is it gonna be Kellen Moore or is it gonna be Mike McCarthy? It's like this whole pickup doesn't make sense to me at all. Like it's crazy. Um, who I thought we should have picked? I It's only two pick that make sense to me, honestly. Urban Meyer and Marvin Lewis. I I know Cowboys fans like Marvin Lewis. What? What? Marvin Lewis made the playoffs more than Jason Garrett did, and Marvin Lewis had average players. Like Dak. Okay, Dak is an average quarterback. For most Cowboys fans, we say Dak is an average quarterback. Is Dak better than Andy Dalton? Hell, beep, yeah. Like you, the only way you would say that Andy Dalton is better than Dak if you really a Dak hater. That's real. Like how much you feel or dislike Dak, or you feel like he is not the quarterback. He shouldn't be the quarterback for the Cowboys. You have to be a blatant fool to think Andy Dalton is better than Dak. That's that's crazy. Um, Another reason why I feel Marvin Lewis would be a better pick than Mike McCarthy is like I said, you look at what Marvin Lewis had. Um, he put an average team in the playoffs. Marvin Lewis played for 10 years. He made the playoffs 7 out of 10 years with average players. Like, can maybe the only Hall of Fame player that a person could say this Marvin Lewis had coach in Cincinnati is A.J. Green. Everybody else, people may say Ocho. No, Ocho is the system player. Like let's just be honest. He's a system. Um, Carson Palmer never got hurt in that playoffs. Yeah, I could see him as a Hall of Fame player. Yeah, because Carson Palmer remind me so much of Troy Aikman. I literally thought that was Troy Aikman's son. You know, and then the thing that I love about Marvin Lewis. Oh, and another reason why Marvin Lewis will be great. Everybody knows Cincinnati's the ownership is cheap. They didn't. You look at they re-signing. The only signing they had was T.O. And if you look how much he made that for that year, only reason why T.O. took that deal because Cincinnati was the only team that was going to pay him play. Like no other team wanted T.O. but Cincinnati. So that cheap contract that T.O. picked, what choice he had, and plus Chad was vouching for him to come to Cincinnati. So like if Cincinnati was in the league of trying to compete to the Super Bowl, Marvin would be a hot commodity. Like literally, everybody. Marvin. You look at how Marvin Lewis did with his defense when he was with the Ravens. Hands down, historic, the best defense of all time. Like I just, man, just have Marvin Lewis. It has our coach. Like the guy is a great motivator. And like everything that you need in a head coach, Marvin Lewis is that. Like I tell you guys, skip looking at his success as Cincinnati, because I know people will be like, man, you crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. But look at what he had. Like, look at the players that he had when he was in Cincinnati. Like, only Pro Bowl players that he really had was Carson, Chad, and AJ. Everybody else didn't make no Pro Bowls. And if Andy Dalton made the Pro Bowl, they just made the Pro Bowl because, like, whoever was in quarterback was playing in the Super Bowl, he didn't want to play, and they were like, all right, the next winning quarterback they had that year, Andy Dalton, okay, put him in the Pro Bowl. If he did, I don't know if he did because guy sucked. So, you know what I'm saying? Because people talk about he is 0-7 in the playoffs, but again, look what Marvin Lewis had to deal with in Cincinnati. He took, it's just like how Bill Parcells, when Bill Parcells had the Cowboys. If y'all remember, before Bill Parcells came, we had 3 seasons in a row, 5-11. Like, horrible players. Like, literally horrible. Like, the whole team was average at best. And Bill Parcells kept those average players. His first year, he went 9-7. Second year, 10-6, and he left. He took the same players that we had at 5-11 because for 3 years in a row, and he took them to 9-7 because of him. Only picked up that he did was Drew Bledsoe and Terry Glenn, and I believe Terry Glenn was hurt most of Bill Parcells' first year with the Cowboys. I believe so, if I can remember. So so that's how I feel like Marvin Lewis. Like, forget about he's 0-7. At the end of the day, the man coached Cincinnati don't mind you, at that time, the toughest division in football. Like he had to deal with Baltimore, Ray Lewis. He had to deal with the Steelers. Like, it was, everybody know it was Steelers, Baltimore. For him to still took his team with and had to deal with the Steelers in Baltimore twice and still made the playoffs. 7 out of 10 years, clarified the guy know what he's doing. You know, um, me personally, I feel like we should have picked up the defensive coach. Like if you look at throughout Cowboys history of when we was being successful over the years, we had defensive minded coach. We had coach that our defense was a top 10. Uh, Look at Bill Parcells. When Bill Parcells with the Cowboys, he took those average defensive players, and I literally mean average defensive players. Our defense was the top 10. You know, um, Jimmy Johnson. I know people like, hold up, Jimmy Johnson. You got those Cowboys trolls. Jimmy Johnson was not a defensive coach. But if you look at Jimmy Johnson when he was with Miami, Oklahoma, and the other teams, their defense was the top 10. And when he was with coaching the Cowboys, defense was up there too. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Somebody calling me. So sorry. Hello? Well, let me interrupt because I'm videoing right now. I'm videoing right now. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. So, like Tom Landry, like his defense, when Kyle was at the defense was great. So, I don't know why we stick with our offense and coach. Like this season, our problem was not with the offense. Our problem was with the defense. And not saying Mike Nolan is horrible, but how did he do his last stints? Like, I don't know, man. I I believe in my heart that the Marvin Lewis interview was only simply because I think the Rooney Rule. I think that's what it's called. Like Jerry Jones didn't have no intent of hiring him, and man, and then Marvin Lewis wanted to keep um his offensive coordinator. I can't think of name his. Can't think of his name. His name. Is he's an upgraded version of Kellen Moore? Yeah, yeah. The I think Stu Jackson. I think that's his name. Yeah, Stu Jackson. It's something Jackson. Um, his offense was, like he ain't had the type of players that Cowboys have. He ain't had the offensive line the Cowboys have. You know, another thing that I loved about I would love if the Cowboys did hire Marvin Lewis. And here's the thing that I don't get it with Jerry Jones. It's just like Marvin Lewis is not going to go against you. Marvin Lewis is just going to come in, do as he's told. Jerry Jones will still have his, ego way, like all about Jerry. So why, why, why we didn't get him? I mean, he definitely would have fixed the defense. Like literally, he definitely would have. And then his defense, it will be hard to play against the Cowboys because he had like a hybrid defense. Like they play a 4-3, a 3-4, and a 4-6 combined. So who he would have picked as a defensive coordinator? I don't know. Leslie Frazier would have been great. how I feel about this team is it's still gonna be the same thing. Like, I'm being honest. It's still gonna be the same thing. It's not it's ain't gonna be no it's not gonna be no difference at all. Like honestly, like it's still gonna be the same thing that we had to deal with. Like literally, like still players still gonna do whatever they want to do. Um, Players is not gonna reach their full potential. Like we don't have a coach, and we've been begging for a coach who has the personality like a Bill Parcells, a Jimmy Johnson, who get in these players' face and challenge them. Like if you don't play hard, you don't play. And then it's still like I said, it's still gonna be the same thing. Like I don't see no difference. Only like if by hiring Mike McCarthy, I mean you might as well have kept Jerry Jones. I mean Jason Garrett. It's the same thing. This is the reason why I say Cowboys hired Jason Garrett 2.0. It's the same thing. Like I know people gonna be like Mike McCarthy is a great head. Like okay, show me games that he did great without Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. Like, come on, man. Like, dude, I just feel like Marvin Lewis would be a better pickup because you could see how he was successful with average players. He didn't have no Brett Favre, no Aaron Rodgers. Like, majority of his success was because of him. Like, it, think about it. The team that he had in Cincinnati, he had average players, right? At best, correct? And he was playing the toughest division. He had to deal with he had to deal with Ray Lewis twice, Big Ben twice, and still made the playoffs. Right? 7 out of 10 years. Is Cowboys players better than the team that he coached? Hell yeah. So just imagine what he would have done with the Cowboys. The Cowboys roster that we have this year, right here alone. Is it better than any? Yes. Uh, is Cooper better than Chad Johnson? Hell yeah. Is Cooper better than AJ Green? Yeah. Slightly better. So is Dak better than Andy Dalton? Hell yeah. Is Dak better than Carson? Eh, no, no, I don't know. I think Carson was probably better quarterback. Better quarterback, yeah, because Carson, whew, I love Carson Palmer. I I love. Hey, listen, they thought the man was done. Literally, they thought he was done, and he went to Oakland. Everybody know Oakland's like the black hole for players. And he left Oakland, and what he did with Arizona with Larry Fitzgerald, like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Is Zeke better than any running back that Marvin Lewis had? Yeah, every even Jenny Bernard, Zeke is way better. Like, clearly, our offensive line better than any offensive line. You know what I'm saying? So it'll make sense. Like, how I feel about Jerry Jones, man. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. I truly believe in my heart Jerry Jones is not really trying to win. He's not really trying to win a Super Bowl. He's just trying to collect money. That's it. I really believe that with Jerry Jones, it's all about making money and boosting his ego. All about him. He is the star. Like why didn't pick up Urban Meyer? Like he doesn't want to give control. And then, hold up, another thing. A lot of these stupid Cowboys people, like Bill Belichick, like how? I'm not gonna get it. because I had a headache when I was seeing those report Belichick to the Cowboys. Like that was definitely clickbait material on every level. Like there's no way in hell Belichick will coach the Cowboys. Like the only way, and I mean only way, Belichick would have coached the Cowboys if Jerry Jones was dead. And that's the God honest truth. Like, if Jerry Jones wouldn't give power to a Urban Meyer, what make you think he gonna give power to Belichick? You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why Jerry Jones won't give power, because if he had a Belichick, a Urban Meyer, Sean Payton, like all these high profile coaches that was successful at everywhere they went, you know, it's gonna be like Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. Cowboys won the Super Bowl because of these coaches, not because of him. You know, like, and another thing that like everybody I was talking about, I like Jerry Jones as a person, but as an owner, hell no, he's horrible. As a GM, no, as an owner, he's good. He's good. I'll take that back. Has a GM, horrible. That's what I mean. Horrible. All time, horrible. The worst GM ever in the history of the NFL. Horrible. Like, literally horrible. For 26 years, the Cowboys has not been to the Super Bowl because of that dude. Because he don't want to, because of his ego. His pride is big enough than the Super Bowl. You know, like it's all about him. He is the star. It's like a singing group or a band group. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. That's it. Or Jerry Jones featuring the Cowboys. It's not he is. I don't know. I just feel like he sold his soul to the devil. Like that type of stuff. Like it's all about Jerry and then Jerry Jones is a master manipulator to like I ain't gonna lie. Like he used to sold me. Even those 3 years that we was Cowboys was 5-11, 3 years in a row. And he said it. If you look at go back and watch Hard Knock Life when the Cowboys, he said we going to the Super Bowl. I believed him, and we still made it to 5-11. I believe when he said we're going to the Super Bowl, I was one of those delusional Cowboys fan, like, hey, everything Jerry Jones says, we going to the Super Bowl. You know, like it's just like he could sales people like, we're going to the Super Bowl, you guys, and that's all we're gonna do. I'm gonna take my boat to Miami. You know, it's like, and then if we don't make it to the Super Bowl here, just like, you know, facts situation happened that we could contend, injuries, play callings was going against the ref was going, you know, instead of just like, hey, dude, me personally, I think the day that Jerry Jones stepped down as GM and Stephen Jones is the GM / owner of the team, I believe that's when we're going to get a great coach. In my heart, I believe that's when the whole thing, because Stephen is not about the limelight, is not that close to the players, is more like, hold on, boss, hold on, you getting too close. Too close on me. Too close. We cool, but we ain't that cool. Just stay right there. Okay, how can I help you? That type of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I believe that, yeah. And then a lot of people talk about this Real McClay is the draft guru, expert, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Man, to me, Real McClay looking suspect. You look at the last 2 drafts that we did, suspect. Taco, the one we had last year, the second round, like suspect, homie. Just keeping it real. Like, just because you had some few good players that you drafted because they fall in you, yeah. don't get too headed like people talk about Rip McClay is draft whisperer. Like, no, homie, no. Because you looked at a lot of these players that we missed out, and he drafted bust, and it missed out on a lot of great players. Yeah, a lot of great players. I could name 20, maybe 20, 25 great players that's all pro type players that we missed out, that Will McClay draft this player and not get this player. So yeah, you guys, that's my take. And please, hey, shoot, if y'all stood this long, and what, let me know what you think. Hit that smash button, subscribe to the show, go ahead, comment. Uh, to all my subscribers, thank you for following me. I love you guys. This channel is gonna grow because now, it's the off season. I know. I don't be on here that much during the off season, but I'm gonna be on it. When the season starts, like training camp, draft, I'm gonna be on it more often. This is my break. As you guys know, I'm a filmmaker and I also have a 9-to-5 job. I'm a photographer. So pretty soon, I'm probably gonna make a video to everybody that still want to follow me because they are a fan of me. They like my content. I'm gonna send you. I'm make a video where all of you guys can find my other YouTube channels and you guys can see my work and continue to following me and supporting me. And I truly bless, and I'm definitely thankful for everybody that's been supported to me. Like, man, I'm constantly growing. Like, do y'all remember when I first made my first Cowboy YouTube video, like where I was at? I mean, now I'm in the studio. So my goal is to constantly keep growing and elevating and being focused and being consistent of everything that I'm doing. So it's just like I'm gonna get there. I know for a fact that I'm gonna get there, and that you guys gonna be like, whoa, this dude went from having a I still remember my first video. Like, y'all gonna be like, this dude really went from having a having a camera and put it on a tripod and then put it in his bedroom, or having his camera on a tripod and sitting in the living room and just talking. Or yeah. So again, thank you guys for the support. So please spread my channels, tell everybody all about me, what I'm doing, and have them continue to follow me. So again, this is my take. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Peace. I'm out.